me say this. Now, y'all might also disagree with me, and that's okay. But look, sorry, I was eating Hershey. One of the dopest songs to me is "No Church in a While," right, by Kanye West and Jay Z. Let me tell you why. It is for me. It is specifically the two things: the beat. The beat is so motherfucking fire, okay, and as we like to say, it's nasty. Okay, the beat is fire as fuck. Secondly, okay, why do you keep getting these BBLs? I almost was in agreement that it looked some type of way, but then I saw it and I'm like, anyway. So the beat, but listen, the second part is the hook. The hook is so motherfucking like. Let me just say this, and I hope I have enough time. He say, just listen. He say, human to a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? I don't know if people really decipher what the fuck that line says. Okay, let's go into it. He starts you at the human, right? What's a human to a mob? So if you're looking at just quote unquote a mere human being to a mob of people, one person can't stand up to a mob, right? But then you have a mob who is nothing to a king because they say a king reigns over everything in its kingdom. But when you know the fallacies of a king, then the king really ain't shit, right? And so a mob will back down to one person again, which would be a king. Okay. And then it says, what's a king to a god? Because if you're looking at the god, a god is another ruler. A god is a ruler that's supposedly higher than a king. And so a king would then supposedly bow down to a god. Then it says, what's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? So a person, a human, a person, see how you wrap that shit back around? A human, a person who don't believe in anything can squash and squander all of the above and up under simply because what the fuck does all of that mean? You only exist if I say you do. You only have meaning if I say you have meaning. So if I say that there is no God, then there is no God. If I don't give a fuck, I knew I wasn't gonna have enough time, damn it. Okay, so if I don't give a fuck about a king, then your king, if I'm not in your kingship and kingdom, then all of that shit don't matter because it's all fallacy anyway. So it all wraps back around to the human who is the true sovereign deity, God, royalty being original in the first place. So when you squander the very first thing that he says, it wraps back around after all of these other things that are named that are garbage and nothing anyway. It comes back to the original, the one. What's a human to a mob? What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? Was a guide to a non-believer who don't believe in anything. I don't know. That shit is fire as fuck.